Hey, everybody. It's Dean Berg, co-host of the Move the Mic Stand podcast. I want to talk a little bit here about our sponsor this week, Fondy Axe Company, located at 25 North Main in Fond du Lac. I tell you, if you want to go throw axes, whether you're a pro, you've never done it before, it's the place to be. They have the coaches there that'll teach you how to throw, and they have all kinds of different things you can throw. There's everything from, obviously, axes, hatchets and big axe. There's throwing stars. You can even throw a shovel. Where can you go anywhere and throw a shovel and stick it into a board? It's absolutely amazing. So go check them out. 25 North Main Street, Fond du Lac, Fondy Axe Company, and make your reservations at www.fondyaxeco.com.
Tapedeck Media.
We're moving the mic stand, it's time for some laughs. We're Dean and Cash, we're breaking the past. Jokes are our currency, laughter's the aim. Tune in with us, let's play our game. Come on and gather, it's a wild ride. Move the mic stand, we're ready to go. Dean and Cash bring the comedy flow. With every tale, we're spreading joy wide. So come take a seat, join the fun ride.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Move the Mic Stand podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Money Karl. Alongside me is my co-host,
Dean Berg.
All right, Dean, we're back.
We are.
The weather is nice.
It's scary.
It's
nice.
steamy almost,
Yeah.
because it was crazy. Last week we were freezing our nuts off, and this week
We didn't have enough heaters in here.
Yeah, and now this week I'm in a t-shirt and it's like we're on a tropic vacation or
Yeah,
something.
and in fact, like, we recorded so long last week that people were debating if they needed to send, like, a rescue team out here, like
Yeah,
we were
to find us,
frozen.
yeah.
Like we were dead and frozen.
Yeah. It went from a negative 20 was the low last week, and now today our high is 55 degrees. So we had a 75-degree change in difference over a course of a week.
Right.
That's insane.
That is insane. I sometimes wonder if when they calculated, like, the seasons and all that sort of stuff, if they got the calendar just a little bit wrong. Because it seems like it shifts, like, I mean, sure, global warming, that sort of thing, and climate change and trends and whatever you follow for that. It seems like every year the seasons shift a little bit.
Yeah, I've been
Like-
noticing that too, and I feel like nobody else notices that.
Like it's. I remember September's sometimes being very warm and hot still, like the summer. But then I remember them all of a sudden starting to get a lot colder, and it seems like I guess what you would call our transitional seasons, at least here, seem to be shorter. You know what I mean? So like I always enjoy spring. Like usually by the time winter is over, I mean I like all the seasons, but usually by the time winter is over and we're coming into spring, I'm ready for it.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I love spring. This is so awesome. And then summer comes because that's the heat extreme season, and I'm like, fucking hate summer.
Yeah, I'm not a big heat
Too
guy.
hot.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Being a big boy, no.
The only
thank you.
time I like to be like hot like that is like if I'm at like an outdoor concert. For some reason, I love it then.
Like you want your shirt drenched,
Yeah, like
dripping?
I'm just sitting there sweating, listening to Ozzy Osbourne or whoever is, out in like at Rock USA.
Uh-huh.
It's in July, and sometimes they'd be like, today is going to be a low of 110, and they'd be like, oh my god, make sure you're drinking water, and I'm like, let's go.
And you don't have enough hair on the top of your head to like whip your hair, but so I bet you're doing that with your beard. So you're getting just whipping beard sweat at every.
For clarity, the top of the head is choice.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it does get kind of scraggly when it starts to get long. That's why I keep it short.
Yeah, I get like bozo clown hair. Like I don't know why, but it like always puffs out. Like where like you normally if you see someone with like a horseshoe, right, where the bald on top and just the hair on the sides.
Yep.
So Mr. Wonderful cut, I guess, from Shark Tank. But like, even though like I still have hair on the top of my head, the sides always puff out, so I feel like I'm Bozo the Clown.
No, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like, especially when it starts to go over like my ears. It seems like right above my ears puffs out too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I used to have a mullet when I was like in.
No way.
Yeah.
We got to find some pictures of that.
They're probably in that box right there that I need to give to my sister. But
I say one mullet picture. That's got to go up on the wall.
oh no, I think I moved it to the garage. I was like, yeah, we'll just crack that sucker open. I bet you right on the top there's one. I think I posted one where I posted a picture of my dad and I when I was in Little League.
Okay.
And I had like a mullet kind of thing. And when it gets long, it gets really curly in the back.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, I'll say 6th, 7th, and maybe 8th grade, I kind of had a mullet. And then in 9th grade, I went all out. And I cut it off, except for a rat tail in the back.
Oh, no. Wait, I think I've seen that picture. Oh,
You-
no. Yeah.
You might have. I don't know. But it went all the way like down like to the middle of my back.
Yeah.
And then Vanilla Ice was pretty huge then.
Yeah.
So I braided it just like Vanilla Ice did and actually got like a very similar haircut. And so I was that dude for a little while.
Sure.
My freshman year. But-
And your braid was almost as long as Bianca Belair's.
Well, no, not quite that long. But I actually so I had this braided thing down my back. But then in homeroom, I think it was, there was this girl that I always got a kick out of like pulling on it.
So the inverse of what you would normally hear of like
Yeah.
boys and girls.
Well,
The boy pulls your hair
Yeah,
because
it
he
would-
likes you, which
Well,
is awful, but yeah.
It might have been that because it seemed like a little flirty tug.
Uh-huh.
It was always like dink dink dink, and then a giggle like, and then
and that's how you had your first kid.
no. She actually, I think she got pregnant in high school. Actually,
Oh, so she was pulling on all the rat tails.
it was either in high school or shortly thereafter. Because I remember when I came home from college and I bumped into her, I was like, "Oh, there's a baby. You have a baby."
So do you think you dodged a bullet then?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Actually, in high school, I was always focused on baseball, video games, stuff like that. I wasn't the guy who was out really chasing girls. I never went to prom.
Yeah,
They
me
had this-
neither. Okay, you're like the first person I've ever talked to
Like
that didn't go to like prom.
I
or
was.
anything.
I mean, a couple of times I was asked,
Oh, I wasn't.
and I was like,
now
no.
it's sad. I wasn't even asked.
And
okay.
then
all right.
they had this like Sadie Hawkins, I think they used to call it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
where
where the girl asked
yeah.
the guy. Yeah.
But it had some acronym like the girl asks the guy. Like it was like TGAG, or whatever. I got asked to that and I was like, nah.
You're
And
like,
then,
why would I want to do that? I want to stay home and grow my rat tail longer.
well, and it was kind of funny because then my mom wasn't overly concerned about it or anything, but I had a family member that was like, what if he's gay? He never talks about girls. He's never interested in girls, blah, 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 blah. And then, it wasn't as widely
Accepted then.
it wasn't common and it wasn't accepted at all. And so this family member was particularly concerned and talked to me about it. And then I was like, and it wasn't like if you are, it's okay. It's like, everyone is really concerned that you might be gay. And then I was just like, concerned? That's weird. That's a weird choice of words. Because even back then, I was very like, I don't want to say that, I don't know what the term would be. Like today, like accepting of people.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was like, why would that be?
A problem if it was true.
It's like,
yeah.
well, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I was like, fine, I'm going to ask this girl to prom. And so then I asked the girl to prom. She said no. And then I was like, all right, get fucked. And then I never ever went to prom. I never did any of that. And I never understood like when people go just to go and then bring like a family member or bring, I never understood that. I was just always like, but I never really wanted to go anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been nice if someone had said, "Oh, you want to go?" But then I don't think I still would have gone anyway.
Well,
but it still would have been nice,
And
I guess.
all the proms at my school, all the pictures and everything were literally exactly out of Napoleon Dynamite when they go to the dance. I don't know if that was necessarily prom. I think it was prom. But it was just like that. Like the cheesy cloud decorations hanging from the ceiling, and it was in the gym, and
Everybody's wearing a leisure suit.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. You're like, I like your sleeves, stuff like that. And so, anyways, she would always pull this mullet rat tail thing, and then finally one day I got mad, and I just went home and I cut it off. And then I came in the next day, and she went to pull it, and she totally took it as like a personal rejection.
Jeez.
I mean, I guess it kind of was, because I was like, stop pulling on my rat tail.
You should have given it to her. You did this.
Well, I kept it for a little while, but then it was kind of like just weird.
A little bit. It's kind of like with people collecting fingernails, toenails, kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I ended up getting rid of it. But yeah, used to have a mullet, used to have long hair. But it would always curl. So if I didn't have it braided, sometimes you couldn't even tell I had it because it just curled into the back of my hair. But that's why when I got it so long that it was like down to like the middle of my back, that, you could see it because it would at least curl like a pigtail. So it wasn't a rat tail, it was a pigtail. But not like the piggy tails or whatever, like sometimes pigtails, that's a hair thing. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
This was
like
actually
Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah.
It was Wendy, your favorite restaurant that we need in Fond du Lac. Get Dean some Wendy's. Let's go.
Yeah, Hardee's is still sitting there empty as far as I know. Turn it into a Wendy's.
Did you see that the fake scam for a Trader Joe's?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that was.
I didn't care. I don't really. What Trader Joe's, whatever.
We like Trader Joe's, so that was heartbreaking to find out that it wasn't real.
Oh,
it hurt.
They kind of did that with a Chick-fil-A once too.
Yeah, but they got a Chick-fil-A in Oshkosh, so that's not as like.
No, I know, but there's not a Trader Joe's here for.
Yeah, the closest one I can think of is like Brookfield.
Yeah, like around Milwaukee.
Yeah. So that's a bit of ways. I mean, Green Bay would make sense to have one too. Also, we need a Whole Foods or something in the area too, because the closest one is in Tosa.
Well, at one point in time, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get a Costco," and
in Fond du Lac.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like where Planet Fitness is now and all that, and the old
Home Depot. Yeah.
I was saying like that was going to turn into a Costco or something cool, and
it is sad that that's sitting empty because I mean, there's 45,000 people in Fond du Lac, like
50,000.
Yeah, there's enough people to support to have a business like that come in, and people would definitely shop there.
Well, I don't think. For most people, this town is like a destination.
It's a pass-through town.
Yeah,
kind of,
you know what I mean? Like, people don't necessarily come here to do things. I think they used to when we had a really cool mall and all that other stuff. In the late 90s, early 2000s. And we had a Toys R Us, and we had Cracker Barrel and Red Lobster, and we had a lot of really cool things here. I think at one point in time, it probably was. But now I think most people that come into town are to visit family or on business or
to come to a comedy show tomorrow.
Yeah, to come to the comedy show tomorrow at the Hive. Doors open at 7.
Yep. Start at 8. $10 tickets online or in person. We take cash or card.
Hosted by us, truly.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, should be a fun time.
That was a good segue, by the way.
That was. Thanks. I planned that every step of the way. But yeah, so no, I don't think in this town just has a weird thing where like something will come and be new and it'll blow up and
it'll tickle their fancy for a little bit
for like a year and then it's like
completely dead.
But then what happens is then it leaves and then everybody's all sad and mad like, oh no, why did it leave? Why did they take everything away from us? And it's like because your attention span to some of these things is super, super small.
Right. Yeah, you got to keep, supporting the business or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to go find something else to do because
the businesses that do well around here are ones that started back when things were booming.
Yeah. And they're just before. Familiar with for people. Yeah.
Yeah, or before. Because like even today I stopped in at Eaton's Fresh Pizza.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 o'clock and it was busy. It was like,
and that's not peak hours for pizza at all. I mean,
no,
that's honestly probably between lunch and dinner. That's probably going to be your slowest hour.
Yeah, Yeah,
And
like I walked in and I did the little kiosk thing and I ordered my pizza, and people were just piling in. There was like a line. I felt bad because I bought a couple extra things. Like I bought this delicious Ferris popcorn. If you're interested in sponsoring ever Ferris popcorn in town here, I got the Windy City blend here. You know, the cheddar and the caramel. That's really good. And then Eaton's kind of makes their own trademark Gardetto's type
Sure.
Mix that they call party mix. I got a bag of that because that looked good. And then I got these elk sticks. They're like beef sticks, but they're made from elk. And then a couple of Sprecher sodas, and then that Farmer's Brew butterscotch root beer I like. And I was checking out, and I felt like an asshole because everybody was standing behind me thinking I'm just getting my one pizza when they called my name. And then I was like, oh, these items too, because I had them kind of sitting off to the side of the counter. And then there was a kid that apparently works at a different store. And they're like, oh, he works at the other store, because he didn't know where like the drink carrier was. And I mean, he wasn't moving slow, but he was, he was familiarizing himself with their process. So he wasn't like beep, beep, beep when he was like scanning stuff, you know, like they do, like most places that are used to it. You could tell he was just getting accustomed. And I could hear people behind me just kind of like, oh my God, how much is this guy buying? You don't need that popcorn or that mix or that soda.
Hey, they don't need to know that it's just for you and me. It could be to feed a family of 20 or something.
Could have been.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I bought a 10-inch pizza and then all these other things.
Okay.
But they do have a lot of cool stuff there.
I've never been in there, so I'll have to stop
they do.
by.
They have like some little crafty things kind of off to the side. I was at the one, not the one on Park Street, but what is the other one? Hickory? No. I don't know. I should know my streets, and I don't. I just go there.
Well, it's always weird. I'm going to go with the street thing real quick for a second. Like, when people give me directions to places, they're like, take Route 20 to 47 to 106. No, I'm just going to put it in my GPS. I have no idea what you're... I can't do any of those. Like, I don't know where these streets intersect or anything like that.
It's not even like a GPS dependency type thing either. It's just... I know how to get there.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'll be driving on Johnson, and I'll be like, okay, I turn here at just past Badger Tire.
Yeah,
or
by
whatever.
landmarks. You're navigating by landmark.
And so people will ask me sometimes, they'll be like, oh, what street was XYZ where you went on? Or I'll be like, oh, I went to Eaton's. And they'll be like, which one did you go to? And I'll be like, the one that's not on Park. Just because I... don't know, some streets like I totally have familiarity, and then other times I'm like, is that Hickory? Is that Military? Is it the intersection of Hickory and Military? I don't know.
Yeah, don't give me... I mean, I'm good with reading a map and all that, but I can't, like... I don't know what things are. Like, I always get the highways mixed up, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, okay, I'm getting on the highway by my house. I don't know what number it is.
I completely navigate by... like landmarks and the sun and the moon and the stars.
Lewis and Clark style.
Yeah. Like, that's how I know how to get around. Maybe it's the Viking thing.
Oh, it could be that too.
Like I'm just like, okay. Oh, the sun is over there right now. So that means if I turn where the sun is, I will end up at Walmart.
Yeah. You have you hire a cartographer to go with you everywhere.
Yeah.
It's mapping it out for you. No classic GPS.
Nope.
No, it's just a guy drawing a line on a piece of paper.
And then he hands it to me and I know where to go.
Yeah.
He draws a picture of the sun just below the bridge, and then
hieroglyphics of...
Yeah, kind of. There's some pictures in there. Like when you pass, then he draws a little homeless guy.
That homeless guy always better be there.
Probably is.
Probably. But I guess this is kind of ties into something recent too. So like Oshkosh just had restaurant week this past week, and it's like I went to places that I've never been to before, and like, okay, Eaton's has been around here forever, but I've never been to Eaton's. So like,
I've got a lot of places like that too,
and it's like I always want to try a new place, right? Because I just want to find out what they're good at or something new. But at the same time too, it's like you find those restaurants that you're like, oop, there's always a great item there that I'm always going to order and be happy with. So it's like I don't want to waste a meal, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a recent... I had a recent example where somebody was like talking about some common landmark thing. So I guess I'm just as guilty of the Fond du Lac thing where, I don't go there, and then if all of a sudden it went away, I'd be like, oh, why'd it go away?
Yeah.
God, what was it? I know, like, when I only recently started going to Eaton's. I mean, I've lived around here for, like, over 20 years. And probably a year ago was my first time ever going there.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of places that, God, I wish I could remember what it was. It was some place very common here. I think it might have been a restaurant or something. And they were like, oh, we went there, blah, 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 blah. Have you ever been there? Nope, never been there.
Sweet and Salty Pig.
No, I've been there.
Okay, that one's good. I like that one. They reamped some of the menu.
Yeah.
And they've combined like all my favorite things into one dish.
I like them, but sometimes I feel like I wish their menu was simpler.
Oh yeah, they're very complicated for sure.
Well, it's a little extra too.
Oh yeah.
Like stuff like I'm like, why are you going so hard?
Well, maybe that's why I like it. Like nobody else is going hard, so
maybe.
Because like they will do new specials every week. Like it's the cook just exploring and trying out new things, which is cool. Like because you don't get a lot of places that do that.
I'm fine with that, but then it seems like there's not a single thing there that doesn't have a bourbon glaze on it. There's always something like
there's always something on the menu.
Buffalo mac and cheese with bourbon glazed bacon, and not that I have a problem with that, but I don't know. I mean, I've gone there a couple times. I do like some of their mac and cheeses mostly.
They have a newer flatbread that uses this dish called bacorn. So it's like a cheesy corn jalapeno. Yeah, bacorn. And they use that as the sauce. And then they put some pulled pork and some onion strings. Oh, yeah, that's my new go-to now.
So
I like the bacorn thing, but man, I can't eat a whole skillet of just cheesy corn. That's tough.
I'm not like hating on them or anything, but yeah, I just feel like they're extra. Like I start to look at their menu,
and you're overwhelmed.
A little bit overwhelmed, but then at the same time, I'll see like, oh, this sounds really good. Oh, there's bacon. It's a burger. Blah blah blah. Oh, they got this on there. Bourbon bacon glaze, or something.
Well, for me, being allergic to blueberries, that's usually a thing for me, and it seems like almost every week they have a new, like one of their special items is like
blueberry,
and I'm like, oh, it sounded good, except for it'll kill me.
Yeah, because I mean, I've gone there a couple of times for lunch with like colleagues and stuff like that, and I just always go back to like, I'll have the Southwest mac and cheese. I just go back to because
you like it, right?
It's simple.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with any place. Like, anytime I go to a place that's like a go-to spot, it's like, I don't want to change, like, what I'm picking. Like, I know that the thing I pick is good. Like, for me, going up to Appleton, I like going to the Machine Shed, which is like an upscale Cracker Barrel. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And I always get the country fried steak. Like, they do it the best in the area.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, I could try something else, and other things I've tried have been good, but it's like, man, that country fried steak is the best here. So, like, why would I not get that when I'm here?
Yeah. I mean, I like their Southwest mac and cheese or whatever it is. So that's usually what I end up falling on. But their Tetris-shaped tater tots.
Oh, back at Sweet and Salty Pig.
Yeah. I didn't want to leave on a sour note.
Oh, sure.
Because I do like them. That's why I was like, I'm not hating. It's just I get a little stressed out when I go there sometimes. And they got those Tetris-shaped tater tots.
Those are crispy.
And then with they are. And then with the cheddar sauce that you can get.
The beer cheese?
It's awesome.
Sir.
That is awesome. That's probably that, and with the Southwest mac and cheese would be why I would probably go there. Like if I'm like, let's go to Sweet and Salty Pig.
Is that you inviting me right now? Because I would go.
No, I had Eden's Pizza, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was only a 10-inch, but I ate it all.
Only a 10-inch.
Almost all.
Exactly. You could go out for second supper. Second dinner. Be a hobbit.
No.
I mean, you're more, like, dwarven. I'm definitely more, like, hobbity.
Hobbity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, you better tell me right now if you're a hobbit. That's a great episode.
That is a great episode. So anyways, Ferris Popcorn, Eaton's, all cool stuff.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you want to sponsor, go ahead. I mean, even Sweet and Salt and Pig, if you want to sponsor us, I'll have some
Make a Dean Berg
Southwest mac and cheese
bourbon
and some
bacon only with a side of bourbon
make
bacon.
it a beverage.
Yeah,
just make the sauce a beverage.
Dean's bourbon bacon beverage.
Yeah, it's just a beverage. It's a iced tea beverage.
All right, you're losing me now. It's like more bourbon, but hold the bacon.
Yeah. But anyways, our sponsor for this episode is once again Fondy Axe Company.
Yep,
25 North Main.
Yeah, they're sponsoring us because Worlds are coming up. So
Yep. But just a quick note, make sure you're making your reservations at Fondy Axe Company at fondyaxeco.com.
Link will be provided in the show description.
Because it's really busy there right now. I mean, even on Sundays, if you don't have a reservation, they do accept walk-ins, but
you might be waiting a bit.
You might be waiting, which is fine because there's a bar, there's pool tables, there's darts, there's other things that you can do while you're waiting, but you might be waiting, and not that long ago, there was like a 2.5 hour wait, and...
Geez, that's like a line at Six Flags or Disney World.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so it's that time of year, so make sure if you're coming down, you make those reservations at fondyaxeco.com. But yeah, World Championships coming up in April, and it's in Appleton this year for the World Axe and Knife Throwing Championships.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to watch you, and that'll be fun.
I got a hatchet bid.
Yep.
Got that, straight out the gate. Which is weird because I always see myself as better big axe.
Okay, yeah.
Like big axe, that's kind of my thing. That's kind of the one that I hold. I'm super passionate about them all. But that's the one that probably, I don't hold to my heart. Uh-huh. It probably is my beating heart.
Okay.
That's the one that I really like that one. I've focused on it the most. I feel it's my strongest one. But for Worlds, it's the smallest amount of people that actually
think it's chosen for that.
Yeah
So you have more to compete with for that,
and everybody that is good at it is really good at it.
Makes sense.
And so I really thought I was going to get a big axe bid, and then I didn't, and then I think I mentioned on a previous episode that I did qualifying throws for knife duels where we both throw Nevin Gordon Chiolani.
You guys were the Fluffers.
The Fluffers, we're the Fluffers. Yep, that's our team name. So we did our qualifying throws because we didn't compete. We were actually a duels for axe previous, and we only threw one season, just kind of for fun. And we saw that they were doing the qualifying throws, and so Nevin was like, "Do you want to do them?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do them." And I think he had thrown knife duels before. I had too, but it's harder because two people are throwing at the same time. Knives is hard enough the way it is.
Yeah.
Long story short, I didn't feel like we did that great. I thought we did okay, but I was like, I don't think we're going to get a bid. And then all of a sudden, I get an email that pops up, "Congratulations, you got a bid." And I'm like, "Oh, here's my big axe bid. It's about time." And I opened it up, and it said knife duels. And I was like, "Oh, we did it. The Fluffers did it."
So not as many people are I get not saying that you're not qualified or anything, but just less people are inclined to go for that one, possibly, or they have more slots open for that. Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't actually. It was just basically. I think they wanted to just expand the number of teams that they originally accepted.
Okay. Sure.
Because all major tournaments like that, the U.S. Open, Worlds, they always had qualifying throws, and those were really designed for people that can't get to leagues. Maybe they don't have a league close to them.
Right. So to take time, maybe one go, and you can get in. Yeah.
Yep. And basically, you throw over 100 throws, depends on what it is. And then where basically they look at whoever has the highest scores and they pick a select few. And you have to record it and then send video to them to make sure that you're not cheating too.
Right. Yeah.
And that sort of thing. And I don't know, they reviewed ours and were like, "You're in."
Maybe they just like the team name.
Maybe.
They're like, they did all right, but man, the name's good. Yeah, we need that.
I mean, sometimes I'm super hard on myself with that, you know, and like duels is hard.
Yeah.
Because you got to be in sync with your partner. Can
you sing like a song or something and to get rhythm together?
I don't know that there's any like rules either
Viking
way.
Chant.
I mean, I just always count. And
Okay.
I'm always just like, okay, you ready, Nevin? He's like, yep. And then I'm like, 1, 2, 3, and then we throw.
You throw on 3 or after 3?
Right when I say 3.
On 3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, because that's something I would need to know because I would have thrown after 3. So then your knife would have already been in the board and mine would have been on the ground because mine wouldn't have stuck anyway.
Well, and if yours hits too late, it doesn't count.
Right, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's why the whole timing thing. How do they determine that? Do they have like speed cameras on there or something, or is it just like a?
No, I think as long as you're close and the judge can tell that you were close.
So it's not a thunk thunk. It's a thunk thunk like that.
Yeah, it's usually like thunk.
Yeah.
Like both of them hitting like really close.
Within like the same couple beats.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they're in the rules. It says like I think if there's more than a second or 2 second delay.
But see, that's such a hard thing to distinguish because unless you are like have slow speed cameras or something like that can track that time frame, because someone that's like always is like, oh, that wasn't a good enough time, like someone trying to get like competitors out, right? Like,
yeah. No, because they have to strike the board
pretty much together.
Yeah.
What you could distinguish as together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I was just
like if it's like 1, 2, 3, and then I throw, and half a second later Nevin throws, that wouldn't count.
right. Yeah.
Or only one of our knives would count. Whoever hit first. I don't remember how that works.
And so is that scored the same? So like,
Yep.
like is it still going for like 5 in the center? 6 in the center,
Yeah.
and then so if you both hit bullseyes, you'd get 12.
Yep.
But if for some reason you're delayed or whatever, and you even though he scored a 6 and you hit a 5, you'd only get the 5 if you hit first. Or
Like if there was a delay, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's pretty significant.
But it's not even that simple because I'm not throwing my knife, he's throwing his, and we retrieve it like you do with like a hatchet.
You're keeping them on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you throw 3 of them, and I throw.
You both 3.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, dunk. 1, 2, 3, dunk. 1, 2, 3, dunk. Ding, dunk, 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 dunk.
And there's
they fall
not
on the
even.
ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not even enough room to have 6 on the
Sometimes
bullseye.
there's not. It's you got to really stack them if you're trying to put them all in the bullseye. But then with qualifier throws, they make you go for kill shots. So like every so many throws, so like it was every 10th throw, I think it was, or whatever. I don't remember. They just tell me what to do and I do it. But I think it was like every 10th throw you had to go for a kill shot. Like they were mandatory. And then after you do your full set of your normal throws with your mandatory kill shots, then you have to do like tiebreakers. So say some people end up with the same score, then they go by however many kill shots you hit in your tiebreakers.
So kind of like with me for mini golf tournaments, if you're tied, it's hole-in-ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yep. But we did it, and Nevin even got one for individual knives.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
I didn't. I did my qualifying knives. I mean, I was throwing Knife League too, and I don't know, like when it first came out, I was good, and then I just suck now.
And then your heart got set on big axe.
Probably, and it's probably my weakest discipline in all of the throwing. I mean, I'm still, compared to like normal people, good at it.
Right. Yeah.
But for the competitive world, I don't know. I'll suck on matches, and it's usually drops when you have to throw them from the further, because you start off throw them at 10 feet and then you got to throw them at 15. But I always back up to like 17 because it just, for whatever reason,
the
takes
rotation feels right for you. Yeah.
Yep. And all of a sudden I'll think I got it dialed in, and I'll be practicing and I'm like, this is my season, or even this is my week. But nope, I do something, and something changes just a little
slight
bit.
tweak. Yeah, I mean that's all it is. Sometimes.
Knives is unforgiving. It's very unforgiving.
Well, because that's because it's the less surface area for it to stick to, right? Yeah,
Yep.
That's why you had me come out, and I think it was last time our buddy Joe was in town.
Yeah.
I was throwing the Ninja Stars or whatever.
Yeah, those are fun.
And it was fun, but you were like, yeah, you're going to lose because you're not going to stick as many because it's literally the smallest thing that you got to get stuck in the board.
The knives, you mean?
Or the throwing stars. Because it's just a little tiny tip.
Well, yeah, but you got 2 of them
Yeah.
that hit the board. The throwing stars is actually the easiest.
Well, you told me it was hard. That's why I was world champion for the
know.
3 days.
Maybe I was just pumping you up or
Okay,
something.
all right.
Because, like, so, like, we have things that we throw that are not competitive. Like, there's no league for them.
I was just gonna ask, is there worlds for throwing the shovel? Because that's cool.
No, we do in between, like, the normal, like, leagues. Sometimes there's, like, an 8-week break.
Uh-huh.
We'll have, like, a stars and shovels, like, league, like a rec league.
Yeah.
Where you throw the stars, the throwing stars up from, like, close, like 12 feet or whatever. And then the, or maybe it's 10, it might be 10. And then the
Make
shovels.
them sound harder so I feel better about myself. Because I was living all pumped up like I was a
And then the
number 1 stars guy. And now
The-
I'm like, oh.
the shovels, you throw from further back, like at the 15.
Yeah.
But they're not like a full size, like, snow
6-foot
shovel.
shovel,
No,
yeah, yeah.
They're just a little, like,
Camp shovel.
Camp shovel kind
Yeah.
of thing, like the military kind of
Yeah.
looking shovel. So we throw those. And then we have a couple other things that we throw, like, there's some spears, but we don't let people throw them, like, freely and all over because they go through, like, the regular boards into the backer boards, and if you
geez.
don't take them out right, they make big chunks if you
Yeah,
hit the board
makes
weird.
sense.
Makes a big chunk. So sometimes we'll let people throw them, like, when they're done. Like, hey, you want to try this? A couple throws and see how it is?
Oh, like, and plus, like, when you're ready to replace the boards anyway? Or something like
Well,
that?
yeah,
Or-
yeah. We don't like to do them on, like, fresh league
Yeah,
boards.
yeah.
And then the other thing that we have is there's only one of them, and Nevin really likes to show people it. I do sometimes, but I think it's his own personal thing, so I don't take it. But I call it the War Club. It's kind of like this bent club that just has, like, a little triangle about similar to the surface area of, like, the throwing knives, and that's all that will really stick when you throw it. Show that to people sometimes too. So it's not just axes and knives. We have the shovels and the stars and whatever, but not to deflate you entirely, but when people are really struggling throwing anything and get
Thanks.
the
I already
stick,
see where this is going. Okay.
I'm like,
All
why
right,
don't you
all
try
right.
this throwing star?
All right.
You'll find it quite satisfying.
Hey, I will have to admit, though, the first time I ever threw an axe, so you invited me out,
Yep.
and we got a video slow motion of me hitting the bullseye and you getting the kill shot in the same video. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was almost like we were duels partners, but in separate lanes.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I thought that was probably one of the coolest things I've done with that kind of stuff. I would like to do, like, playing cards, like,
Oh, yeah.
but those ones kind of scare me a little bit
Yeah, those.
because, like, how I hold them,
Yeah, they're sharp.
like, I would definitely cut my finger real bad.
The thing I always tell people about the throwing stars is they're pointy, but they're not sharp. So
Yeah.
you're not going to cut yourself.
But those cards are.
But those cards, we don't. We had a set around. I think they're well hidden.
Yeah.
Just because, for that very reason, if you don't throw them right, you will cut yourself.
Yeah, fairly. I imagine pretty much almost everybody would. You'd have to wear, like, special, like, chainmail finger grippy gloves,
Yeah.
or gloves or something like
Like
that.
I made a TikTok of me throwing them and just, like, blasting the bullseye with a bunch of them.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
Oh, that one's fun. I'll show it
Yeah.
to you later. But then I added from Deadpool and Wolverine when they meet Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, my name is Jean Below. They call me the Gambit. And I was like using that one. And then one other popular meme thing that was from that movie, similar with Gambit. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'll have to look for those. I want to see.
But I like show the cards and then I got him. God, I can't remember. It's funny. I don't remember the actual saying anymore. I bring these things up randomly. This is why I don't do a lot of improv. Just because my brain getting hit in the head all the time back in the day.
Once you get it out, it's gone forever. That's kind of how I am with some things sometimes.
I know one of them is like, my name is Remy blah, 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 blah. They call me the Gambit. And then Deadpool says something snarky. And then...
Makes sense because it's
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Anyway, yeah, so Fondy Axe Company, sponsor for this episode today. But we're always looking for more sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, we like stuff that we are into, so that's always cool.
Yeah.
And places that we like, the Hive for our show tomorrow. I mean, they sponsored us for November, which was cool because we had the Black Friday show.
Yep.
And so stuff like that, we really like to shout out and support those. But also it helps us, continue to grow the podcast. So
yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
that.
Yep. And also, I personally am looking for more sponsors for
Worlds, yeah.
Yep, to put on my jersey. Sad news. We recently found out that ESPN decided to pull their contract.
Oh, no.
So it's not going to be on ESPN.
Great. So we get to see the same athletes that do the same stuff every week again and again.
Oh, they're like the ones they replay?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to... I wonder if they're still syndicating the old ones. I don't even know.
No, I mean just like in general. Like, okay, we get it. Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets. And
like that sort of thing.
Yeah, the guys that always have runtime on TV. That's why we do need, like in the movie Dodgeball, Ocho the 8, like for the more obscure sports.
That exists.
Yeah.
That's where Worlds is on there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, usually whenever it's axe throwing, they're like, we're here at ESPN the Ocho. On ESPN 2, or whatever.
Yeah, but they need to show that kind of stuff more because,
Yeah.
I mean, that is what's more interesting to watch than... Okay, cool. The team that won last week won again.
The cool thing about it, and I didn't read all the, rules around it or whatever, but the World Axe Throwing League is going to stream it themselves. I don't know, like through their website, through their YouTube, through all that. But because it's not on ESPN, people, like the regular throwers and stuff, are allowed to stream also.
Oh, so
there'll be a lot
live
more
stream, Facebook streams.
Yeah,
and
so there'll be a lot more exposure, and so that's what everybody's excited about.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have to read like what all the requirements are. I don't know, like what. Yeah, I don't usually stream when I'm throwing. I'm just throwing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try to do some more live streamy type stuff in general. I don't know, like that's something that maybe is probably my worst thing with comedy, at least, is like I never remember to do like a live stream like before pre-show or anything like that.
I've thought about on occasion just live streaming like a set, but I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a little bit weird, but
yeah,
I was thinking we should probably transition and talk about our tip of the week because
you're right. Because
otherwise we're gonna forget about it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something I'd like to focus on trying it, maybe doing one time, and then I find out nobody tunes in, and then I never do it again.
I don't know. I stream and do some of that stuff live, like when I'm throwing on my own.
Yeah, I've been with you for one of those too. Yeah,
yeah, just to add pressure. That's why I do it.
Yeah,
because I know people are watching.
And then if you miss, then they're like, "You suck."
Yeah,
and then you're like, "All right, I got to do better next time. I don't want."
It is kind of fun though, because sometimes people will be like, hit the blue dot up on the top right, and then I hit it and they're like, whoa, we did it.
But
so anyway, comedy tip.
Yeah, so I was thinking we got a great idea from one of our super fan listeners, Stan Dabrowski.
Yep. Hey Stan.
Hey Stan.
I'm glad you think I win all of the drafts and everything.
Not all of them. You don't
Every
win all
single
of them.
one.
I won the Thanksgiving one.
Only because of pickled herring.
Well, and food, I just make better choices with food, I think.
Maybe.
But it was when you're going to, he's got to open up the popcorn because now he's excited to.
Said food.
Yeah. When you're going to a show and you are a performer, but you're also a patron, so you should be supporting. Whether you're going to a bar or a club for open mic, you should be buying a drink. You should be, tipping the staff. Like that's something that you should be doing. And sometimes, you're just paying attention to people there, and like the mic, or at least for open mics for the most part, a lot of people don't buy a drink or anything, and it's like
no,
you're just you're kind of taking advantage of the space. They're putting out the opportunity for you, the venue for you to have a place to practice or, meet bookers or just network or whatever, build your fan base. You should be trying to support,
yeah,
buy a drink, tip well.
I'm probably not good at that.
No, that's something I'm always really good at, even though I'm not I don't drink alcohol. I just always make sure, I don't know, maybe it sounds crazy, but unless they're saying, we're feeding you and whatever drinks on us for being the performer.
Yeah.
I'm usually almost always buying like a $10 soda.
A lot.
Like, that's usually my tip number on a soda. So it's like,
and a lot of time what happens to me is I'll go and I'll ask for something to drink or something to eat, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's on us," but then I at least tip.
yeah, and then I still like, all right, here's $10, like, because it's like, I mean, maybe it's not a whole lot, but it just depends. Like, again, you know, if they want to give you food and drink, that's cool. It's usually very appreciated. But at the same time, too, like, you should be giving them something. They're taking care of you, customer service, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I don't like to drink a lot or eat a lot. I'll eat before a show.
I'm the opposite. I can't eat before. I have to eat after.
But, like, I'll go and I'll get, like, one drink of some sort. Like at the Skyline on the Wednesdays, my go-to is usually tonic water with a lime.
Okay. I get a Mountain Dew, and they usually have it ready to go for me as I'm walking up. Yeah.
Yeah, same. And then sometimes they just hand it to me and like, here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
And then it depends who's bartending, because then sometimes they're like, oh, that'll be $8. Not really, but yeah, I don't know what it is about. I think with the tonic water, the quinine or whatever in it that makes it glow under a black light.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I think it helps like prevent me from getting cotton mouth.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's really bitter. And supposedly psychopaths like things that are really bitter. Like they're like, if you know somebody,
Dean, I gotta go.
they're like, if you like, or if you know somebody who likes bitter things like tonic water, unsweetened iced tea,
baking chocolate.
Yeah,
when they go to the candy store and they're like, "Where's your baking chocolate?"
They might be a psychopath.
Yeah.
Although one liking those does not mean that they are a psychopath, but apparently psychopaths like those sort of things.
Okay.
So, I mean, I like those things.
All right. So that'll be our episode this week.
I really like those things.
Dean, why are you holding a knife?
That's not a knife. This is a knife. No.
Saying funny things doesn't make me feel any better.
Not a psychopath. I mean, that I'll say out loud openly on the air. I'm not. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, if this episode doesn't get published, come find me, but then how would you know?
It's okay. I'm a good one. Actually, I did read a book called The Good Psychopath's Guide to Success or something like that.
Okay.
You do have to take a quiz at the beginning to determine if you are a good psychopath or a bad psychopath.
And if you're not a good one, then
it says the book is over to get our other one, The Bad Psychopath's Guide to Success. No, but it gave good examples in there of like good psychopaths. Like it considered like James Bond one.
Okay.
Who else? I don't remember all the other ones, but there was a couple other, maybe like even Indiana Jones, I don't remember. But like just various people that are examples of good psychopaths. And the definition isn't really somebody that's crazy and hears voices and is just kind of, it's somebody that can lack emotion is really the definition. And so good psychopaths are people who can lack emotion and to do good things. Bad psychopaths are the people that have no emotion or feelings and do bad things. And so really, whether you're a good one or a bad one is probably a personality trait, maybe.
Yeah.
But I know, like, sometimes when I have to do things, just turn everything off and I do it. So maybe I am. I don't know.
You'd be like those guys in, like, the war movies that's just like, all right, this is a suicide mission. Who are we sending? We're sending the iceberg.
Sending Dean.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. And you get it done and you come back every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think they would have probably maybe let me cook for the platoon or something. I don't know. I don't know what job I would have had.
I could see you as a medic. You care about people.
I care about people, but I probably wouldn't be good in those frontline situations. I don't know.
I worked with a guy that he was in Vietnam, but he was also a conscientious objector.
Okay, so what was that movie? Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so he was a field medic, but he refused to carry a weapon.
Yeah, so pretty much is like Hacksaw Ridge, okay.
It might even be about him. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't think he listens. He used to travel with that guy a lot.
Well, it probably isn't the same guy, unless he...
No, it's not
I
him.
was gonna say.
If it is, he never told me. But
Didn't give you a real name.
yeah, no, it's not his real name. Yeah. So, anyways, I saw an interesting thing on the interwebs on the TikTok the other day, where Billy Corgan, you know who that is?
Yeah. Singer, Smash Pumpkins.
Oh, because we talked about this before and you weren't sure who he was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Thanks for outing me there.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. You know Billy Corgan, like he's like he'll be singing and he'll be like, disarm you with a smile.
Billy?
Cut you like you want me to.
I didn't know Billy was a guest today.
Yeah. Right, yeah, here, right next to me. Hey, Billy. No, anyways, it's kind of funny because he's like very mild-mannered mostly. He's a promoter, too, of pro wrestling. It's on, I think it's on Netflix or something. He's got, it's like his Billy's Circus or something like that. But anyways, he was on a podcast or something doing an interview, and he commented about his father. And that his father traveled around a lot, and
I never knew my father.
well, he sired many children, and one of those he said was Bill Burr.
Interesting.
Yeah, they do seem very similar, like the opposite spectrum of siblings. You know, you have one sibling who's maybe a little more mild mannered, and because and calmer, and that's actually kind of Billy Corgan. And then you have one that's
Hot tempered,
like Bill Burr.
Yeah.
So anyways, Howie Mandel on his podcast, he had Bill Burr on and he surprised him and he brought on Billy Corgan. And at first Bill Burr was like, are you going to delete this? Are you going to keep this up? And I don't know. It could be a bit, but if it is a bit, they're both doing it really well. And anyways, he was like, no, I thought I'd surprise you. And then he's like, you're an asshole. And Bill Burr was like getting all mad. And he looks at Billy Corgan and he was like, did you ever think because I don't tell that story, you shouldn't tell that story? And he's like, I'm sorry, do you want me to leave? And he's like, no, now you're here. Now, shit, we might as well do it. And so then they were just kind of talking about, like, their dad and how, because Billy Corgan's mom apparently told him and said, Bill Burr, that's your brother. And that's where it all started. But I didn't see, like, the whole podcast or anything like that, but it was pretty interesting. As they were sitting next to each other, I'm like, these dudes could be brothers, but they had never met. That was the first time supposedly that they had met.
All right, so if the dad really is both their fathers, is the dad's name Billy or something? Because he's got a thing with William.
I think it is.
Okay, so
I don't remember, but
40 Williams out there.
yeah, like Bill Burr, Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
I think his name might have been Bill too.
Yeah.
Which names all his kids Bill.
Ego.
Yeah. Just
You're not Billy Jr., I'm Billy Jr.
All of them are. Yeah. You're not. I'm Dirty Dan.
I'm Pinhead Larry. Old SpongeBob
Yeah. So
classic.
that's an interesting kind of thing. I mean, I'll keep my eye on it and kind of see, but it felt legit. But there are some bits now lately that I'm like, wow, people are really committing to their bits. And unless you are in the know or know better, you don't always catch it right away.
Well, isn't that always kind of interesting at shows too, when you say a bit and people come up after you and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know this about you," or whatever, and you're
yeah, I know, because not all my stuff is real.
like, there's some truth there, but it's not 100% real. I had to inflate it a little bit, exaggerate a little bit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I have some things that I talk about and stuff, and people will come up to me and say like, "Oh, that's so terrible. I can't believe that happened to you." And I'm like, "Yeah, me too," because it didn't.
Yeah. Didn't you have an example at that one show that we did at Sam's Saloon? Wasn't you?
That was different.
A little different. Okay.
I was talking about my dead brother, and some lady in the back yelled, "That's not even funny."
well, I thought there was a guy that talked to you about it. He's like, I'm sorry, man.
Oh.
And you're like,
Yeah, you're right.
like, this is how I get through it. Like your brother would feel more honored that he was included in your act.
Well,
than
yeah, but
just
that's real. I do have a dead brother.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that lady was yelling at me that's not even funny. I mean, everybody laughed, but she's like, that's not even funny. And I'm like, it's okay. I asked him. I have a Ouija board.
Yeah,
And-
which was quick. Like, you were quick on that.
So sorry, family who's listening and may have been offended by that. I'm sure my brother would be happy.
Yeah, because I remember you saying, like, after that, you're like, man, he would have been, like, honored just to be included in your act. Like you said, he was a big supporter of you.
Yeah, he was. He would send me messages all the time and say, like, hey, I saw you're doing this. Wow, that's really going well. When you're up in Michigan, come and, I'll come to one of your shows. And then I was up in Michigan and he wasn't there because he already died. But, so I think that, might have been where that joke kind of started or whatever. But I was just kind of talking about it and whatever. And the situation I talked about with it isn't true.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, something there's some truth there, but like,
yeah.
Like, people take it way too far. Like, the whole thing of, like, I bet that lady really did think that you talked with a Ouija board.
Maybe she's like, oh, he's a devil-worshipping witchcraft guy. But, I mean, just for clarification, I mean, it's not anything like I'm making fun of my brother. I'm just talking about my dead brother. Like, I have a brother, he's dead, blah, blah, blah. But the lady was just like, that's not funny.
Yeah, which is always the hard part about comedy, right? Everybody has subjective feelings towards whatever.
Right.
And it's, like, weird when you get, like, something that you're like, I can't believe anybody was actually offended by that.
Well, and that's the funny thing, because the tangent that I take with it, the premise isn't even my dead brother.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. It's just more of like a lead-in or the lore leading up to leading up to the punchline kind of thing. But she's just like, that's not funny. And then I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
Well, maybe
everybody else laughed.
Yeah, maybe her brothers are Billy Corgan.
Yeah, I like to look at your notes.
Yeah,
Billy.
I couldn't remember.
Billy.
It was Billy something.
Billy
something or another.
Corgan from the Peeling Cucumbers. Is that what it was?
The squashed watermelons.
Yeah.
They do a bit with Gallagher.
The bashing watermelons.
Yeah. The squashing.
Yeah, so that was kind of a neat. Did I ever talk about the ice that hit my house on the podcast?
I think you mentioned the first time.
Yeah, exactly. The first time,
which is crazy
because it happened again.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Is that lady that was like, that's not funny? Is she got an airplane and she just flies in?
I got a drone. She's just dropping chunks of ice on my house every once in a while. But in case you missed it the first time, long story short, I was away from home. Jess called and said, are you home? And I'm like, no, I'm not home. I'm here till close. Why? What's up? There's a big thump. There's a big bang. Blah, 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 blah. And long story short, I ended up just coming home quick to check it out. No ice anywhere else. No ice on anybody else's roofs. It was pretty much melted from the ground. Giant, probably 2.5 foot tall by 18 inches wide, thick chunk piece of ice on my house.
With a blue tinge to it, too.
It did the first time have a blue tint, which was weird. Which we hypothesized that it might have been blue ice, which is when the airplanes, either have a leak in their toilet system.
Or have to make an emergency drop.
Yeah, which they're really not supposed to do.
Well, that's why it would be an emergency.
Yeah. But just was like, wow, that was a fluke. That was weird. Had an insurance guy come out, check it, make sure there was no damage. Everything was fine. Anyways, this past week, I was getting ready for the show on Saturday.
Yeah, you're, let's see, that one was that with Mike Marvell?
Yep, that was with Mike Marvell.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm getting ready for that show, and I hear a thunk. It didn't shake the house as bad as it did the first time. I wasn't here the first time, but just going off of, how Jess had described. And I looked at I was on my way out, so I just bolted. I looked around the house, made sure like nothing in the closet collapsed, like the clothes bar or anything.
Yeah.
Didn't find anything, so I was like, okay, whatever, and just left. And then shortly after I left, she left, and she happened to look up on the roof, and she's like, there's another chunk of ice, almost in the exact same spot, except for this one was a little pointier. And I was like, no way.
So
what?
they're getting better at crafting these projectiles to take you out.
This was a lot pointier, and it had like a concave part on the bottom, like
Okay.
it was around something round. So anyways, I thought, okay, so maybe it's in the landing gear. You know, like plane
wrap
is flying
around the wheel or something.
Yeah, and they're opening their landing gear to either land at the small airport here or in Appleton or maybe even Green Bay, because given the distance, that would be about when they would be doing their descent, possibly.
For a big plane.
Yeah. So I thought it was that. Again, insurance guy came, didn't note any damage, but he thinks that it came from my chimney. Like, he thinks that he was basing it around, though, if we had like hot water heat, you know, like the radiators that pump hot water through. He based it off that, and he kind of went that he thought that the moisture was building up there, ice was building up, and then as it warms up, it gets loose, and then just basically poops out of my chimney. Like, just kind of like.
But you think it wouldn't make such a like crashing.
Though,
if it's just,
you know, like even the thump that I heard was significant. It wasn't anything like the way the previous one was described, but I'm like, because the chimney is like maybe 3 feet tall.
Yeah. So
And these chunks of ice are almost the same height as the chimney. Like, well, they're notable compared to the chimney.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way. And he's like, oh, it's even shaped the same. It's the exact same shape. But when he came, it was like 3 days later, and the ice had melted into a little different shaped ball.
Sure.
He's like, never heard of it happening out here, but I heard that it happens out west. I'm still not convinced, because the shape.
The slight blue tinge from that first one, at least.
This one didn't have any blue tinge, but I'm still not 100% convinced, just because of the way it's shaped. Like, I'm like, okay, it could be sitting on the chimney, and maybe that round part's from the little pipe that comes out and stuff, but I don't know.
I think you got to get like a camera on there.
Yeah.
And just have it set, and if you get any motion detected, ice.
Earlier this week, I had superfan Randy Bobandy.
Me, mine, Mofandy.
Yeah, Randers. Cheeseburger Randy, whatever we want to call him. Friend of mine, Randy Patelko. Hey, Randy Patelko, I know you listen. Anyway, superfan. He came in.
Checked out the studio.
Yeah. But he wanted to look at the ice thing too, because he wanted to check the theory. And he's like got an engineering background and that sort of thing. He kind of looked at it and he's like, I don't know either. He's like, it seems like maybe not. But we both agreed that if it was falling from a plane, we think it would do damage. And there's no damage ever.
Fair enough.
So maybe that guy is on something. Maybe it is from the chimney and it's not as exciting. We do have the FAA checking into it though too.
Okay. I was going to say it could be from a UFO, and they put, maybe it's Bashar. We haven't heard from Bashar in a while.
I've thought that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right where the comments when I posted about it on my page, that's right where the comments went. Like, I can't explain it, so it must be aliens. Yeah, aliens. And it's funny too, because like last time the news got involved, but they didn't care because there wasn't any damage.
And there wasn't proof of aliens.
No.
Yeah.
This time it was kind of just like, oh, it happened again? I'm like, yep. Was there any damage? Don't know yet. Okay, keep us posted.
All right, so now you got to go and put holes in your roof so they'll come out.
No, don't even say that. I mean, I know we're running out of time and we got some things to do today, so we got to cut her off here. But when I was coming back from that show, my insurance agent actually saw the claim come through, and he was kind of talking to me about it, and we'll joke about it. But we'll talk about that next time.
Okay.
Because otherwise we're going to go way over, and I know we got stuff to do.
Yeah, we got a show to set up for tomorrow.
We do. We got to set up for our show for the Hive tomorrow. We got to get over there and get some things set up and get rolling on that. So, yeah, I guess on that note, I was glad Randy Bobandi came and looked at the ice and got a look at the studio. He really likes the studio. He thinks it's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. He's right.
Yeah, he even looked at the wind chimes and he's like, "Oh, that's what I hear sometimes." I'm like, "Yep." We should forget
Did
to
you give him a little touch and was like, "Oh, I made the wind chimes go."
No, I just showed him all the spots that Jess missed when she was.
All right. Well,
just real quick on that too. I shouldn't do this, but I do this. I was like, "We're gonna be done." I do this to Hayden all the time when I'm leaving. My son Hayden, when I'm leaving Fondy Axe, and I was like, "Okay, we can go," and then I talk for another 45 minutes. I'm not gonna talk for 45 minutes. But just the background on that, I am still alive after all the comments I made. But it was funny because she was listening to it in her car. And she's just sending me all these texts like, you better clear the air on this. It was frozen, so I couldn't clean it. And I'm like, just listen to the rest of the episode. And then she's like sending me all these angry texts as she's listening. And I'm like, just listen to the rest of the episode. And like I typed it like, just, period, listen, period, to the rest of. And then finally she was like, oh, that was a really sweet shout out at the end. And I was like, yeah.
It's build up, and then
that's why I was like, listen to the whole thing. So yeah. So anyways, Randy was in here looking at all the spots that were missed when the fucking hi-ho motherfucking soda, fucking son of a bitches.
Jeez, all right.
Okay, we better go now. So otherwise, I'm not gonna stop. So all right, guys, we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man.
That's it for today, but hold tight. We'll be back soon with more laughs inside. Move the mic stand, we're ready to go. Dean and Cash bring the comedy flow. With every tale, we're spreading joy wide. So come take a seat, join the fun ride.
This has been a Tapedeck Media production. Thank you for listening.